Preserve or demolish and replace? That's the question being asked about two old downtown Adrian buildings at the southwest corner of East Maumee and South Winter Streets. Known as the Gene Christopher buildings, both date to the 1800s. Vacant and damaged, they are now owned by the Lenawee County Land Bank. We toured both buildings to give the public a look behind their walls. In Part 1, we look at the buildings with Mayor Jim Berryman. In Part 2, we tour the buildings with Chris Miller. He is Adrian's Downtown Development Authority and Economic Development Coordinator. Here is Part 1.
The top one, Tom.
Well, that was all enclosed. That one, just last year, that was all covered. And then the boards fell out. I had to pick them up. And then the glass fell out. I had to pick that up because the land bank's not responsible for anything.
Well, hopefully, I've got, it's not, this is their project. The designer that I know looked at it, said, you're not going to have a couple bricks fall. You're going to have a catastrophic failure. And to me, that's the looks that gives you that could be a catastrophic. The wind just hits that wall right, that whole top part will just go crazy.
It's the water too. That's all water coming out, man. That's what's causing that is the water roof.
Absolutely.
And then you can see inside the window there, Tom. Like you said.
This is part of the second building in. This is not the left wall is the east side of the Gene Christopher building. This is the second building in. But if the city condemned the back of Robert's Jewelers and said it was a safety hazard,
yeah,
how they could not condemn this is beyond me.
Yeah, I don't get it. And then you got the bare wires.
This cross beam on the front, it's on that one wall, and one is almost, it's just hanging by the thread. That roof, you step on it. The only thing that's on there is tar. You can't.
And there's a
you could throw a brick and it would go through there. All right, so I think anyone would look at this and say this is not redeemable. If you look at the blue building, the top part, now that is what I'm told is 2 bricks thick. Now many of those bricks, one layer is gone, so we're just talking about one layer of brick, and that all faces Winter Street. So again, if you had a failure of any kind, all that's going to fall, and that's going to fall towards Winter Street. I think what's important to see is up in front where these caps. That cap really concerns me because you can see it's obviously slid towards Maumee Street.
If it's going to work for him or not, but
the Gene Christopher building itself, the blue one, I am told that it's 16,500 square feet. To rehab it, if you could, is a minimum of $150 per square foot. So you multiply that out, and that's $2,475,000, so almost $2.5 million. That's at the minimum, and if you can get it done for $150 a square foot, then comes in what if you find something that you didn't expect, and then that's not even dealing with the second building in. That's just the blue Gene Christopher building. So then you've got the second one to deal with. So you really are at somewhere between $3.5 to $5 million at trying to do a building and a half. So I'm looking at public safety. Right now we have, I think, 2 buildings that should be condemned. I don't know where the city liability is. I've asked, and as of today, I just asked that question last night, but I want to know where our liability stands. And the other is you have a group of local investors, and who cares more about the city than people that grew up here and have their businesses here, want to invest in rectifying, I think, a dangerous situation, tear them down, and then in its place put a park that would be used 12 months out of the year. I've already talked to them about. I said, to make this a 12-month-a-year project. Those picnic tables that you have out in part of that space, is put those away for the winter, and then put in a temporary ice rink. So you've got something all year long. And they love the idea. Again, it's just one more, I think, of ideas that will come for the corner. But the first thing that has to happen is they need to get this approval from the city commission to have the land bank sell it to the group of 4 businesses or 4 families, and get it demolished, hopefully yet this summer, late summer, or at least by the end of the year. I think the longer this stands, the more of a chance you could have a catastrophic failure of one of the walls, and then someone could really be in trouble.